Should we show them?
I think we should.
I think we should, yeah. But first, we must thank all our subscribers, because it is we've reached over 100. You know, this is big time here. So yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. You know, this has kind of just been a fun little channel for us because we can video log our garden and its progression, and then maybe some plant nerds like us will like to watch these videos as well. So anyway, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's show them what we've done. We've been busy in the yard, and you guys all deserve to see it. So welcome to our new nursery. We as you can see, we've been busy. Set up our shade structure, moved out a bunch of plants. We got more stuff to come out into the sales area, but we've put out tons of these super cold, hardy, rare agave, all grown from us here at Wild Oasis Plants. We got different eucalyptus. Hun, check out these, show them the, I don't know if they can see it, but that nice blue growth. That's really nice. So this is a hybrid of one of our bigger trees that we grow here. And then there's some Tasmanian snow gums. But yeah, it looks really good. We've set up all our tables. Like I said, there's more to come outside when we find some time. But it's starting to really kind of feel like cozy. Well, these were the original plants that we were going to make the Gabriola video about. We've kind of had to change plans. The customer wanted 10 more, and we just can't fit this in our half ton. And then because all the new shoots are popping out, you know, there's just a possibility of creating some damage. So
they've rented a van, and
yeah,
they're coming here. So we got to come up with a new video.
Yeah, and so this will be it. We're gonna show you how to plant in some of our potted Chilean stuff that we've been growing for some of it a couple of years. Vojtech Hollebeck in Europe sells seeds. Hopefully I'm not gonna get him too busy here for next year with those seed orders. But anyway, I order from him every year, and he did a trip to Chile like a couple years ago, and so his seed list was full of some amazing stuff. So we're gonna get it in the ground because I kill a lot of things in pots.
Actually, I kill all the things.
Yeah. She, you know, yeah.
I try.
You kill stuff, but you know, it's very easy to blame the death on her, I guess, for the plants. You know, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. So, but anyway, yeah. So the customer is going to come up here, and he's going to load those 25 bamboos into a enclosed van, and it'll just be way better.
They'll be happier.
Yeah. Well, since we're not going to Gabriola, let's go
plant a rock garden.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go plant up all those Chilean plants in the crowd. Well, maybe not all, but let's get to it and show how we do it.
Okay, I'll hold the camera.
Okay.
You do the planting.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, here is the Chilean rock garden that we built, right, hon?
Well, you did all the hard work. I was there for moral support.
Yeah, well, maybe, but you also helped lift some big rocks with me. I think both our backs hurt after doing this. So I originally wanted to do all Chilean plants. Then I kind of thought I didn't have enough Chilean plants until I emptied out some of the stuff from the greenhouse, and then I realized, like, I probably do. So I spent this morning, I took out the plants, and I'm just trying to like kind of acclimatize them to this environment, since the greenhouse is quite a bit warmer during the day and even at night. And so what I've done is I've moved out all the most favorite, awesomest stuff that hopefully I don't kill, because this will be a very bare rock garden. But I'll show you some of the stuff that might interest the odd viewer. So here, let's look at this. So this is Famatinia maulensis, and we'll drop pictures in the video on the that we found from the internet, because obviously these aren't flowering, but these get a like long trumpet red tubular flower. It says they like wet, so I don't know how that's going to work in here. I might plant these with the soil most of the time, and I'll show you in a bit. When I plant plants in this style of gardening, I take off the nursery soil since it's too water retentive, and it kind of messes with your whole system. But anyway, I'll probably plant these in the soil since they like wet. This is a cool plant. This is a Nasavia glomerata, and it's I think it's growing kind of long because it's been reaching for sun.
That's cool.
It is cool, right? So it's going to go on the edge. I think it really wants to have like more of a dense growth habit, but planting in rich soil doesn't always do the best for certain plants. What's another really neat one? There's a plant, this one here, Discaria nana, and this doesn't look like anything right now, but here, look at that. But I'm telling you, this has the most amazing white tubular flower. They grow, it's good to like -10 centigrade, I think, maybe even more in a situation like this where it's like protected. And it's, once again, it's a Chilean plant. So I'm going to try my luck with these, see what happens. There's so many other things. Oh, actually, yeah, I should, everybody knows alstromerias. And I believe that they're all from South America, I think. Anyway, don't quote me on that, but alstromerias are like phenomenal in cut flowers. You'll see them in most flower arrangements here. This is obviously stretching as well for sun, and it's not created that growth habit that you see in the photos that will drop in its native habitat. So this is another fantastic plant.
You and the word fantastic.
I know, I can't ever stop that, right? So yeah, so I'll kind of get after it, and then I'll show you how we do it.
Where do you want to start?
Let's go with one of these alstromerias.
Perfect.
So I take the tag out, put it over to the side. These aren't going to have a lot of roots. They were only potted up like a couple of weeks ago, maybe. So anyway, what I like to kind of do is get a look at what I got. And I knock off all my soil gently. And then I end up with this. So it's got a decent amount of roots. It's interesting. Yeah. You can see how it's like growing like a tuber.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Put my plant down. The medium that we've used here was a grit and a sand mix, if you can see it. So in fact, it's actually holding a fair bit of moisture. It looks to be well drained, but I like to have a look at this, hun. Get a view of how deep this goes down. So you can either use one of these shovels here, like this, or people use just a regular
butter knife.
Yeah, like a butter knife, because you can go into your hole like that, which is great for the really tight crevices. So I'll take my plant and I will, with absolutely zero soil amendments, fix back in all the medium that I have pushed to the side like this, right? I don't like to pat it down too hard. You know, I guess people do different things, you know, whatever. I kind of like to do it loosely and let the rain kind of do its thing. So anyway, that plant's done. It's as easy as that.
Let's do a bigger one and show them.
Yeah. So you want it?
Yeah, maybe that.
Ooh.
And what do you do with the tag?
So, oh yeah. And then the tag, I try not to put it as close as you would think would be the best, because sometimes plants like these, they create like these mats and then they form all the way around the rocks and stuff like that. So if you could put them off to the side, you know, you can kind of bury them a little bit. And then once you put down your gravel, like your top dressing, then, which we'll do that after, then it kind of covers it and hides it a bit too. You know, I might be the worst at keeping tags out of all my friends, out of the plant nerd group that I know. I'm horrible. So we could do this. This is a posia, or pozoa, Pozoa volcanica. I'm sure, Janice, you will be correcting me right now, because, you know, I don't know how to pronounce names too well, and you've been to Chile. I've had this in the pot now for all winter.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of a look at actually this top dressing gravel. Right? So what that does, it almost symbolizes like nature, where these plants are from. So I'll do this, top dress it. You could even put like an inch or 3/4 of an inch of these rocks, and you have no like worries that it's going to rot, which is,
wow.
You know, if you were to do that with a cherry tree and bark or soil, your plant would be rotted, right? Because the cambium layer. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about this one. This one here, since it's a bigger plant and I'm kind of freaked out about it, I'm gonna dig out a spot for it first. I'm thinking that this is a nice spot here because it's got a bit of a sheltered overhang. Now, a lot of these plants actually need full hot friggin' sun. Actually, pardon me, no hot. They need full sun.
And cool roots,
Cool
right?
roots, right? We can't really give that here on Vancouver Island. I can't. It seems like we get this baking hot sun, and then it heats up all the roots, and then some of these, you know, like say violas that I've grown and stuff, they just like rot off. Like, so where these plants are from, they're from like super high elevation in Chile. They get like crazy hot sun, and it's like, you know, hiking in the mountains, which everybody knows is always like bring your jacket. So they need the crazy light requirements. I'm hoping that this will work down here. Oof. Oh no. See?
You were nervous.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of break up the soil, hopefully.
There it is, I see the roots.
Yeah. Well, there's not a whole lot on this. We will see if it makes it. So I'm gonna put it on its edge like this, as you can see. Like that. Well, it's going to be a miracle if that makes it. Guaranteed. I was expecting more roots. I think actually there was minor mini roots that were all the way down the length of this pot, but you know, that's just they're so small fibrous roots that they barely make it. So anyway, this tag needs to be rewritten. We'll
While
do that.
while you finish planting, I'll go rewrite the tag.
Okay.
And when you're all done, we will show them what it looks like.
Yeah, and maybe we'll go after and get that top dressing mulch that we were talking about too. So we'll plant everything and then get the top dressing mulch and do that with everybody too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Putting air in the air bags so we can get all our shale for the top dressing.
Perfect.
Yeah. The rocks have turned out great, hey?
Yeah, it's a nice mulch.
Yeah. We made like, I don't know, what was it, like
5?
5 trips?
I think 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
So this is why this video's a few days later. But it turned out great, and it really stops the weeds. Hopefully keeps the cats out, and then it looks top shelf. Anyway, we'll show you. So yeah, here's all the mulch. All it is like it's like a slate that breaks down actually kind of fairly easily, but we don't mind that here since it kind of just turns into a like a sandy base over time. And all these beds are they're all sand. We've dug out all the soil here in all these different levels and planted all these palms and stuff. So yeah, let's take you down to the crevice gardens.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking.
Well, I've been busy sporadically doing a little bit of the rocking out. I'll show you how we do it. First, I kind of like to use a yogurt container. I guess if you have a really big area, you could do shovels. But I've already started in some of these little areas. I like to basically keep it a little bit lower than the height of the rock, if you can see that. So it kind of provides like a little layer in all the slabs that we put down, and then you can always add more after. But this is a really cool way to like keep moisture in for all your rock garden plants in the summer, and then in the winter time it's almost a good way for moisture to shed as well and provide a bit of insulation for some of these plants. But it looks good, you know. It's just one of the ways that you can do your rock gardens. There's other ways that they call like chinking, and that would be using like flat rocks like these, and you put them down mostly on your slopes, and you stack them up smaller than say like your big rock. So it's like you're kind of mimicking the same thing that you have in a big form here, but in a small form. I like doing that too. That's the way we do it on some of our other crevice gardens, but I figured with this one, since this rock is kind of found only a few kilometers away from where this like slate stuff is found, and so it all kind of coincides with each other, I think, you know. I don't know, yeah. So yeah, you just kind of keep going around, adding more to like different layers, and we'll end up showing you what it looks like when we're all done. So Some of these plants are looking great. Look at this loasa. This is just super cool.